Good.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Charlton Board of Selectmen meeting, March 28th, 2023, at 6:30 PM. If we could all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. And what I would like to do, if you could all please stand for a little bit after the Pledge of Allegiance for a moment of silence for what happened in Nashville this week, I'd appreciate that. So, here we go. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And just a moment of silence. And thank you. Thank you. So we are looking for a, the minutes of the regular meeting, March 15th, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
It's only three of us. There's only three of us here tonight. Two are traveling on business, but you got the better looking group out of the quorum, so we're good. Thank God. So all in favor?
Aye.
Community relations announcement and open forum.
Town election is Saturday, May 6th. Annual town meeting is Monday, May 15th. Old Home Day will be celebrated on Sunday, on September 3rd, with a rain date of Monday, September 4th. Fireworks are still on Saturday, September 2nd, with a rain date of Sunday, September 3rd. The Charlton Cemetery Department will begin its annual spring cleanup on Monday, April 3rd. All winter baskets, pots, and decorations must be removed before this date. Any items left behind will be removed and discarded by cemetery department personnel. Seasonal items may be replaced on lots after April 16th. Bees and beekeeping, Saturday, April 1st, that's from 10:30 to 12 at the Dexter Hall. No registration is required.
Very good, thank you, Basha. And appointments and, oh,
Open.
open forum. Is there anyone here for open forum?
Guess not.
Yeah, no, hearing that, no, I didn't see it on that.
No.
So,
Just let everybody up.
anybody home for open forum or not?
I got nobody.
Okay, and we can move on to appointments and or resignation.
All right, first, we got two appointments. The first appointment is for Assistant Treasurer Collector. Attaches a request from Lynn Dyer, Human Resources Director, recommending the board appoint Melissa Iozzo as Assistant Treasurer Collector effective Wednesday, March 29th, 2023. 8 applications were received with interviews offered to 4 candidates. Ms. Iozzo is the most qualified candidate, and I would recommend the board make the appointment.
I make a motion to appoint Melissa Iozzo as the Assistant Treasurer Collector.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Congratulations and thank you. Welcome, Melissa.
All right, and the next is the appointment of 2 Conservation Commission alternates. Attach our 2 talent bank forms from Erica White and Alan Leone seeking to be appointed to the Conservation Commission. The Conservation Commission is recommending the board appoint both as alternates to the commission. Per the Acts of 2018, Chapter 353, the Board of Selectmen may appoint 2 alternate members of the Conservation Commission to serve staggering terms not to exceed 3 years. I recommend the board make the appointments with Ms. White's term expiring June 30th, 2026, and Mr. Leone's term expiring June 30th, 2025.
I make a motion that we appoint Erica White and Alan Leone to the Conservation Commission as alternates.
Do I hear a second on that?
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Here we go. Congratulations and welcome to our Conservation Commission. Scheduled appointments.
We're a little ahead of schedule, so I can go
Poll
down
here.
to business.
We're
Always.
About 10 minutes ahead.
we're cruising ahead. New business?
All right, so the first is a nomination of Inspector of Animals. Attaches notification by the Division of Animal Health that the Inspector of Animals and the alternate Inspector of Animals term will expire April 30th, 2023. You are asked to make the appointment of Emily Sears as the Inspector of Animals and Kathleen Flynn and Edward Hart as the Assistant Inspector of Animals. The term of these appointments will run from May 1st, 2023 until April 30th, 2024. Police Chief Dow is recommending the appointments as well. Once the appointments are made, we will notify the Division of Animal Health, who will make the official appointments. I recommend the board make the appointments.
I'll make a motion to appoint Emily Sears as the Inspector of Animals and Kathleen Flynn and Edward Hart as the Assistant Inspector of Animals.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Chair says aye. Unanimous.
All right, the next is a request for a proclamation to declare May 7th through May 13th as Children's Mental Health Week. Attached is a request from Israela Oliveras, a family support specialist from the Parent Professional Advocacy League, asking for the board's support in recognizing the importance of children's mental health acceptance, advocacy, and action by proclaiming May 7th through 13th, 2023 as Children's Mental Health Week. I'd recommend the board approve this request.
I make a motion to recognize, I'll say it right out, recognize importance of children's mental health acceptance, advocacy, and action by proclaiming May 7th through 13th, 2023 as Children's Mental Health Week.
I second.
And for discussion, but what happens, so what is the town, what do we need to do as a town for that? Just acknowledge it?
Yeah, just acknowledge, or send a proclamation to them that they can use to essentially show that the town of Charlton's recognized.
Absolutely. So we have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Chair says aye.
All right. Next is a request to declare a cemetery vehicle as surplus. Attaches a request from the Cemetery Commission asking the board to declare the 2005 Ford F-350 4x4 dump with a 8-foot Fisher snowplow as a surplus vehicle. The vehicle has 61,076 miles and is in running and driving condition, but would need considerable repair work to pass state inspection and be roadworthy. I'd recommend the board approve the request.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you for your service. We have 350.
All right.
Scholarship questions.
So
I
each,
did read.
yep. So each year, the town of Charlton is charged with awarding students the following scholarship. The Nehemiah B. Stone Scholarship, which was given to the town to be used for scholarships for graduating seniors of Shepherd Hill Regional High School and Bay Path Vocational High School who reside within the boundaries of what was formerly School District Number 2 in the town of Charlton. Jesse Smith Educational Fund, which was given to the town with the general intent and purpose to assist in providing educational advantages for the children of Districts 3 and 4 in Charlton. And Edwin Phillips Cooking Fund, which was accepted by the town in 1915 with the general intent and purpose to assist teaching the art of cooking and domestic science. The M. Wayne Colby Scholarship is awarded by the family. In order to qualify for these scholarships, the Board of Selectmen chooses an essay question, a question in essay form to be completed by students who are interested in applying for one or more of these scholarships. With the assistance and recommendation of the schools, the Board of Selectmen can choose the most qualified recipients. After reviewing past questions, I'd recommend the board consider the following question for the Nehemiah B. Stone Scholarship, Jesse Smith Educational Fund, and M. Wayne Colby Scholarship. If you were to run for public office, what 3 issues would your campaign be based on and why? And for the Edwin Phillips Cooking Fund, I'd recommend the following. What role models in your life influence you to continue in the food service industry, and where do you see yourself in 5 years? Once the questions are chosen by the board, the office will forward those to the schools. The applications are due back to our office by May 1st, 2023, and will be brought back to the board for awarding at a future meeting. What are the wishes of the board?
All we have to do is adopt these.
But they sound good to me. Do we have to vote on them? Or not?
Just, yeah, officially adopt those as the questions for
just-
sure.
No. Okay, I move to adopt those two questions.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. None opposed. The annual town meeting,
So, I had a schedule for the whole hearing, so,
do we have National Grid on?
well, we still have a few more minutes until.
Oh,
Yes.
National Grid's here. Oh, thank you, all right. Yeah, yeah, please, yeah, come right in. When we're used to looking at the,
Understood.
and I want to remind you that half of my packet today is about this poll hearing.
All right, so attached you will find, attached you will find a request from National Grid and Verizon New England, Inc., requesting permission to install 12 joint-owned poles on North Sturbridge Road. Also attached is a notice that was sent to the abutters. This request has been forwarded and approved by both the police chief and DPW superintendent. No comments or concerns have been received. The chairman should open the public hearing by reading the notice as sent to abutters, and I would recommend the board approve the request.
The Charlton Board of Selectmen will hold a public hearing on Tuesday, March 28th, 2023, at 6:45 PM, Meeting Room 1, 37 Main Street, Charlton, Mass., and by Zoom. Yeah, I'm gonna pass through the Zoom part, but to act on requests from National Grid and Verizon New England, and requesting permission to locate poles, wires, and fixtures, including the necessary sustaining and protecting fixtures across the following public way: North Sturbridge Road. 12 J-poles on North Sturbridge Road, approximately 370 feet northeast of the center line intersection of Putnam Road and Podunk Road, continuing 2,068 feet in the northeast direction. Installation of P9050, P89, P88, P87, P86, it goes all the way to P75, starting approximately 108 feet northeast of existing P91 North Sturbridge Road. National Grid is also asking for permission to lay and maintain underground laterals, cables, and wires above the intersection public ways for the purpose of making connections with such poles and buildings as each of the said petitioners may desire for distributing purposes. And we wish to be heard on this matters appear on the specified time, or submit your concerns in writing. So hearing, does anyone have any?
This gentleman's in the butter. I don't know if he has any hearing issues, so.
I can't hear.
No, that's what I'm telling you, but you're in a butter with that, you're concerned about that property?
I'm hearing impaired, so I'm just here to see what's going on.
Okay. Do you have any concerns, or are you here because you're concerned about the polls, or?
Oh.
I-
Good for you.
I can provide a little content on why we're relocating that many poles. So first off, my name's Eric Fontaine. I'm from Control Point. I represent National Grid, a consulting firm. This project is for the interconnection of the solar site on North Sturbridge Road, just off the pole 75. We are reconductoring this open wire, actually single phase to 3-phase spacer cable, which is very durable against trees. The downside about having these spacer cable is that we need a little more poles to support the cable. And so yeah, that's pretty much the content of it.
Have you sat down and talked with the gentleman behind you, or?
No, I have not, so if he wants to, we can have a conversation on what, if he has any concerns. I just need to know where his property is, and I can lay out any of the, where do you live, or what property do you own?
260.
260? Okay. Let me just find that. 260, that's right, towards the back there, so. Okay, so. Yeah, so 260 is kind of like in the backwoods, and then North Sturbridge Road is kind of like in your backyard, I would assume. Yeah, 260 is kind of like up in the area, right? So, kind of like, just kind of up in this, is that correct? Okay, yeah, so it's off of the North Sturbridge Road, and all the poles are gonna be
Now,
within.
is this the, this is just the
So right here is where the new solar site.
feed to the site?
Yep.
Will that be on the access road?
That would be on the, on
Or is it
the,
gonna be on the road?
it'll be on the road, yes.
Yeah. That's unusual, isn't it?
Well, not entirely.
Yeah.
What do you mean by, are you saying using the public road to feed the site?
It's all right with me, I won't see it from my view.
Right, yeah, you won't see the solar site, which would be back
Yeah.
here. But for us to supply power to it, we need 3 phases. Right now, it's currently
I
single
noticed on
phase.
the other end of North Turbridge Road, the depot side, all the lines basically are on their property.
On
And
Depot
the feed comes
side,
out to the road.
is that this road there? I'm not from here, sorry.
But I think there, what's the reason though, is it's all gonna be on the road?
What's the 3-phase power lines? We need to support the 3-phase that's going on to feeding that power site or the solar site. So with that, we need more poles, and we can configure it and all that stuff. So we're using the existing poles that we have there, and we're also just providing better stability and reliability.
So the feed is gonna go west.
Meaning, well,
They'll tie in and then.
so the feed is, it's all broken into sections. Actually, the picking up the feeder from Southbridge. And from there, we're going up all the way to Podak Road, over 49, and then going on to Sturbridge Road. So,
Well, the wheels are turning, it's gonna happen, I guess, so.
so I mean, as long as, if you have concerns, I can definitely, it's in the public way. There's no new poles near your.
It's also a scenic road,
Yes, that is.
which I don't believe is a scenic road anymore.
So,
I think they could scrap that. But, you know, it's interesting, when I first built, was 1970. I bought my lot in 65. And they had to run lines, they didn't have any power. And there was only like 3 houses. So, but over time, it's incredible how it's built up.
Yeah.
But I understand all this, but,
okay.
you know. I was disappointed to see 35 acres of woodland destroyed, though.
That's the solar panels.
Yeah. And it took them 2 years to clear it. You know that 35 acres of woodland has the ability to absorb the carbon from 70 automobiles in a year. So, and then the carbon footprint on construction, I mean, they had some pretty heavy equipment there. So it's gonna take a while to catch up.
30 years, but, yeah. If we're
When I
lucky.
first built, power was 10 cents a kilowatt.
Yeah.
Now, around 50 cents. My bill used to be, you know, $50. Now, the last winter bill was 600.
Hmm.
See, mine's all electric. So, you know, which, that may change, by the way, but I appreciate you doing this for me.
And so then you're fine with, because we're on a poll hearing, we're just
Yeah.
talking about the polls and,
Yeah, well, good luck on your project.
okay. No, yeah, no, thank you.
I'm gonna take off because I can't hear what's being said.
Okay.
Thanks, though.
Oh, thank you. I would accept the motion to
Close the public hearing.
You close?
close the public hearing. All in favor?
I,
Aye.
Aye. Close the public hearing.
Yeah, no, but approve the poll location.
I make a motion to approve the 12 polls on North Sturbridge Road.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hearing none, the chair says aye. Approved. Thank you. Do me a favor, if you,
Yeah, we'll have a copy.
yeah, please do. And moving on.
So just under old business, we had a placeholder here for the annual town meeting review of draft budget. We're still working with finance committee and really school committee as far as the final number that we have from them and kind of just working around that. I can give you guys kind of draft versions of it offline if you guys want to look at where we are currently. But the school is looking for a date to meet to discuss their assessment request and threw out the date of next Tuesday. Finance Committee's already pegged next Wednesday as a joint meeting between Board of Selectmen and them to discuss the budget, so depending on your availability.
So FinCom's meeting the school committee on Wednesday, is that what's happening? Oh, with-
Hopefully with you
Fourth and
guys on
Okay.
Wednesday.
We are.
Yeah, yeah, so that's been
What
posted.
time is that? I saw that.
6:30.
I would rather meet, personally, I would rather meet with FinCom first.
Okay. I
It's
can give
my-
them that.
If,
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I can
won't
give
be
them that
here,
feedback.
so you're on your own. If I can zoom in, I zoom in.
Okay, I'll give that back to him. I just got that date this afternoon, so I told him, pull it out to you, see what the availability was, but we'll just say you guys are meeting on Wednesday, and we'll see if we can see something for next week.
But not just.
Or the week
logistically,
after.
It's better, yeah.
What-
You're
what's
you're
that?
right, it's, yeah, it makes sense to meet with them
yeah,
first.
no,
and-
yeah. It's our budget.
All right, we do have a few things for policy review. I have 4 policies in your packet. Those are the confidentiality agreement policy, the contributing sick leave for seriously ill employees policy, the Corey criminal offender registry information policy, and correspondence policy. The confidentiality agreement policy did not have any recommended changes. The most substantial changes for the contributing sick leave for seriously ill employees policy was essentially, we recognized the dissolution of the clerical union, even though the highway union was referenced in here, it's not really applicable to the policy. And then throughout, it referenced a separate subcommittee that would be appointed to review these, and we basically recommend to just outline that as the HR director and myself as the review, and that the Board of Selectmen be an appeals board if the request were to be denied. Under the Corey policy, no changes, and the same for the correspondence policy.
Through the chair, I was gonna say that maybe we should wait for Bill, because he tends to be very detailed with these, but I don't think there's enough changes.
This doesn't look, yeah, I don't know if we need to do that. We
And
can.
I read the contribution of sick time, it all makes sense, so if we're good.
I think we're good.
If everybody's good, I'll make a motion to accept the changes.
Do you have to list them or no? The changes as provided, or do we have to read out which?
No,
one?
no, it's the entire.
The entire thing. Okay, I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Chair says aye. Motion approved.
If anybody wants to read them in the public, they're welcome to.
Yeah, there was no.
Very light reading.
Yeah, I didn't think there was. This is, that was typical, and then you're on to,
Student select person report.
take it away, Harry.
All right, Shepherd Hill Student Representative Report from March 8th, 2023. All right, this Friday, March 31st, is going to be the last day of the third quarter at Shepherd Hill. All grades close on that day, and all assignments must be made up by the middle of the following week. The fourth and final quarter will continue through mid-June. In addition, Friday, April 7th will be an early release day for all grades due to Good Friday. Prom tickets for juniors and seniors will go on sale beginning Monday, April 10th. They are $90 per person, and prom will be held at the DCU Center in Worcester on Saturday, May 20th. The Shepherd Hill Show Choirs each won a gold medal at their competition in Warwick over the weekend. Their next competition in Waltham on April 1st will be their last for the year, so we wish them luck going into that. The first meeting of the chess club was held on Thursday, March 23rd. I was not in attendance, but from what I heard, it went quite well. NHS induction of new members will be held on Thursday, April 6th. We look forward to bringing the new inductees into the fold and celebrating their success. And 2 students, including me, will be traveling to Boston on Friday, March 31st to participate in Student Government Day at the Massachusetts State House.
Oh, that's nice, that's
very
fun.
cool.
Have fun.
Very cool.
Thank you. Looking forward to it.
Thank you, Harry, wow. So that's, how was that set up? Did you volunteer for that setup?
It was, so there's only one APU as history class, right? And they figured the people ought to be from there, so they had that class vote on who they wanted to send, and they picked me and my friend Ethan, so.
Oh, that's awesome.
Excellent.
Good for you.
Apparently you're a logical choice. Very good. Town Administrator Report.
All right, very brief today. Just want to recognize the members of the EDC along with expressing a thank you to those who were able to attend the first Real Estate Community Forum that we held at the Overlook on last Friday. Had about 30 attendees, including representative from the Board of Selectmen, Mass Office of Business Development, and Senator Fatman's office. We had a good discussion around pinch points of local development, identified some areas that are held as higher priorities when considering development, and provided some context into the local government process altogether. We did hear that the ease and expediency of permitting was a significant consideration by developers in selecting a place to do business, and we hope to continue additional workshops in the future with other targeted business groups.
That's excellent. That's excellent.
No, yeah, and Andrew, thank you for putting that, you were for spearheading that, putting that together. It was a really good breakfast. There was a lot of, people are hearing about Charlton, economic growth. They see that big building and they're looking at things to put around it. There's no doubt about it. It was.
And the Senator Fatman, that's what he said to us at the Grange, that he took that list of viable land, and it's, marketing this for us, so that's a great thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
On a state
There's lot of
level.
things, yeah. And, when they put up it's almost comical, when they put up there's a Q&A, question and answers thing, and everything goes on, the building inspector and water and sewer, and it was, we walked through some of those things, but
Well,
it's-
that's an excellent
but
idea.
that tells us what they're also doing their job.
All right.
Other business unknown at time of posting?
I have nothing for you.
You ready for the executive session?
Next meeting announcement.
You've got it
Yep.
right there.
And I'll,
Next meeting announcement, the Board of Selectmen regular meeting will be April 11th, but we might have,
April 5th will be the meeting with FinCom.
and then the 11th,
Correct.
and then sometime
Sometime
after FinCom,
out there.
between the 5th and the 11th, we'll meet with the school committee.
Well, sometime out there, sign here, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, all right.
okay,
Okay, I would accept a motion to,
okay. I make a motion to go into executive session under MGL Chapter 30A, Section 21A, Number 1, to discuss the reputation, character, physical condition, or mental health rather than professional competence of an individual, or discuss the discipline or dismissal of, or complaints or charges against the public officer, employee, staff member, or individual police, and to reconvene to open session for any other business if needed, and to adjourn.
Your second on that motion?
I second.
All in favor?
Roll call.
We are now
Roll
in,
call,
Roll
roll
call.
call.
oh, Basha,
Aye.
Patsy?
Aye.
Chair says aye. We are now in
Have
executive
fun.
session.